This past week Rage 2 released to thunderous a mild and polite smattering of applause. In spite of the game's fantastic combat system, its world, story, vehicular gameplay, and pretty much everything else outside of charging into the fray with mutants and bandits leaves much to be desired. However, in spite of those failings, it's worth expanding on just how great Rage 2's combat system is and why I hope this troubled outing isn't the last we've seen of it. When Gears of War and Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare changed the industry's approach to shooters, resulting in a years-long bombardment of the genre that was obsessed with gritty realism or embracing bleak edgy material, a lot of the more frantic shooters went away for a bit. However, to say that Rage 2's gunplay is merely an arcadey throwback to the likes of Doom, Quake, Unreal Tournament, and other fantastical retro bloodbaths is a disservice to what this surprise sequel does right. Wolfenstein reinvented itself by bearing down on a tragic, epic story featuring well-thought-out characters and dollops of wacky, blood-soaked shenanigans. The 2016 Doom reboot didn't really reinvent itself as much as it put its best elements forward and modernized them for a new generation, forcing players to become a constant whirlwind of shotgun-toting death if they have any hope of surviving the horrors of hell. Rage 2 is, well, it's different because its combat is about the toolset at hand, a colorful array of death-dealing weapons capable of flattening, splattering, disintegrating, and launching foes headlong into their death. Sure, you could argue that Doom is also a shooter that's about having a creative toolset. However, I would argue that Rage's flexibility sets it apart. In Doom, you constantly need to be switching weapons to stay alive, knowing which tool is the right one for the purpose. A wave of zombies and imps at the end of the quarter before you. Better whip out that shotgun and do some shell sweeping. Giant demon? It's time for the minigun or the rocket launcher. At its best, Doom feels like a violent ballet, with you constantly having to switch your weapons at the right moment to overcome the hordes as they descend on you. Rage 2 doesn't require that sort of dexterity. Its toolset isn't rigid. You can blast through the entire game with only a shotgun and assault rifle combo if you so choose. While the slack in difficulty means that you're not forced as often into pulling off death-defying feats of amazement, it also means you're given enough room to get creative as hell when it comes to using Rage 2's arsenal of dastardly amusements.